Flintlock é o novo jogo da equipe que fez o Ashen, aquele Soulslike que é legalzinho, mas que já tem um tempinho já que saiu. Flintlock, em compensação, parece que mudou da água pro vinho, com gráficos belíssimos e um combate que parece estar delicinha. Vamos ver o novo trailer, tem uns 10 minutos de informação aqui. Vamos lá. E o vídeo de hoje é um oferecimento de Captain & Company, o game NFT para você viver a sua vida de pirata. Captain & Company é uma boa pedida para quem é streamer ou para quem é viewer, já que vocês podem jogar com a sua comunidade sem ter que baixar nada, sem ter que comprar nada e sem ter que conectar nenhuma wallet. E para a galera do NFT, vocês podem fazer tudo isso com a sua wallet favorita e aproveitar todo o mercado livre do OpenSea. Você não precisa baixar nada, dá para jogar no mobile, dá para jogar no navegador e dá para jogar onde você estiver. Não perca mais tempo, o link está na descrição. Vamos ver aqui, cá estamos, gente, no trailer de Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn.
Hi, I'm Simon Desan, Creative Director at A44 Games.
And I'm Dale Pugh, Associate Art Director.
We're an indie studio based in New Zealand. Our previous game, Ashen, was released in 2018, and we're excited to bring you this gameplay overview for
Ashen
our
foi de
upcoming title, Flintlock,
2018,
The
nossa,
Siege
nem
of Dawn.
lembrava. Faz tanto tempo assim.
Flintlock is set in the world of Kian, 10 years after the door to the Great Below was opened, unleashing the gods and their armies of the dead. The lands of Kian are overrun. The Coalition army is tied up in an increasingly hopeless siege outside the city walls. There is no one to defend the small towns and villages against the roaming hordes of the dead.
You play as Novo, a Flintlock weapons expert in the Coalition army, along with Inky, a mysterious fox-like companion who enhances your combat skills with his magical abilities. On your journey, you will combine gunpowder, magic, and steel to build your character into a fabled god killer. You'll also meet and recruit your former coalition team to devise a plan to break the siege and end the war once and for all.
As you travel throughout the world, you can establish your caravan at key rest locations. This is your chance to rest and prepare for your next adventure. The caravan will grow as you meet and recruit former coalition team members to your cause. Each team member is an expert in their chosen field and unlocks crafting abilities and additional quest content. It's always good to rest at the campfire and see what's new.
Building on our experience with Ashen, Flintlock retains elements of the Souls genre and infuses it with rapid mobility, resulting in dynamic and explosive combat, a style we call Soulslike.
Flintlock's combat seamlessly interweaves melee and flintlock weapons with magic and rhythmic battles where combos chain together. Each enemy's attack pattern needs to be learned and mastered. Extreme mobility is a big part of the gameplay. It allows fluid and fast-paced action using your explosive black powder jump and dodge
a personagem parece que se movimenta melhor do que um
three main
Soulslike
categories
padrão.
of weapons.
Mas as animações são meio duras, né?
Such as Nor's axe, flintlock pistols, and secondary black powder weapons including rifles and grenades. The axe, for example, is no woodcutter's tool. This brutally effective weapon, along with an array of other single-handed weapons, provide players with unique combat opportunities.
Não é só o machado, né? Tem umas
has a different
espadas,
modifier
tem...
to enhance and change the gameplay. Flintlock weapons are the
Cada arma
primary
tem
tool in your arsenal
modificadores,
to fight
isso
the
tá
dead.
legal. Tô gostando das armaduras que ela vai usando, porque é sempre
You restore black powder charges by hitting enemies with
braço
melee attacks.
e um capacete.
Secondary weapons are powerful
As
flintlock
animações não estão
firearms that
muito boas,
require
mas o
time and
gráfico
skill
até
to
que tá
reload.
legal.
Like traditional black powder weapons of the past, they often only fire a single shot before needing to be reloaded with a skill-based reloading mechanic.
As armas é tudo assim.
Your secondary weapon
Sniper
charges are only
Elite.
replenished while resting, so preparing in advance and knowing when to deploy them is key to their successful use in combat. Grenades give you new strategic options to deal with enemies. Each type of grenade has a limited number of
Nossa,
uses.
você tomou muito
Find
dano
more
de
grenades
graça.
by exploring the world. Much like the secondary weapons, you can restore your grenades by resting. The more grenades you pick up,
Granadas
the more you can
você
throw between rests.
Granada é o Estus do jogo, né?
Enemies can be engaged in a number of ways. Learning each enemy's moveset
Nossa, que
and mastering
paulada.
best attack, counter-attack, and defensive moves are key to unlocking the full combat system in Flintlock.
A break attack is an attack that cannot be blocked or parried. It will also leave you vulnerable to follow-up attacks. You can interrupt an enemy break attack with your Flintlock arsenal, leaving the enemy open to a swift follow-up attack. With the right timing,
Dá
a
pra você dar
regular
um
attack
tiro
can be
como
parried,
parry.
opening the enemy up to counter-attacks and extra damage.
Ah, tem parry,
The
tem
purple bar
parry,
above
tá...
the enemy is a priming indicator.
Eu não tô gostando
Once
muito
an
das
enemy is
animações,
fully primed,
realmente não
you can
tá
perform
me
a critical
convencendo.
attack, which instantly defeats an unarmored enemy.
Mas
Strips the armor from
algumas,
a more
você vê que
heavily
tem
protected.
quesinho de
Inky's strike applies
brutalidade.
the curse
Ah,
of
os
death
inimigos
on
têm armadura
enemies,
também.
allowing you to build up their prime from a distance before closing in to finish the job. While Inky's
você dá
curse is
stun
active,
lock
your
nos
melee
bichos com
strikes
a
will also
raposinha.
build the priming bar, as well as inflicting damage.
In addition to the Curse of Death,
E aí
you can equip
executa.
different
Achei
curse
legal
stones
isso
to
aí.
Inky. Each stone makes his strike apply a different status effect, such as poison or weakness. As you increase your bond with Inky, you will unlock powerful magical
ele é
abilities
tipo
called
um
witherings.
status, né?
Inky's withering gauge will build over time. When it's full, Nor and Inky can fuse together and unleash a devastating ultimate attack.
Armored enemies take reduced damage and are less likely to be stunned by your melee attacks. While you can kill an enemy that's armored, you'll often need to remove it first by fully priming them and using a critical attack.
Shields prevent all damage from a frontal attack.
Essa a gente tem
You
que
must first
arrancar a
remove the
armadura, tô
shield
vendo que
to
eu vou
attack
passar
head-on
ódio
or
nesse
find other
jogo.
openings. Ripping off a shield exposes the enemy to a direct attack.
With a war that has been raging on for so long in Kian, coins and gold have become worth less than your reputation. Reputation is the currency in the world of Flintlock and represents your renown and experience. It can be spent to obtain skills and items and craft
você troca
upgrades to your
reputação.
weapons and armor.
Ao invés de ouro.
Engaging in combat and defeating enemies is one of the best ways to build your reputation.
É, ó, tá vendo? O
The
combate
combat
parece que não tá
reputation multiplier
pegando, né?
rewards you for using
Tem umas
unique
animações
moves in
legais.
combat. Each unique
Eu
strike,
gostei que tem um
jump,
style
or dodge
meter
you
ali,
even
é que é na
builds
pegada
your multiplier and
do
increases the amount of reputation
Devil
you
May
get.
Cry, né? Quanto mais variado for o seu combate, mais reputação você
But be
ganha.
careful. If you take
Aí eu
damage,
achei
you will lose your
bacana.
multiplier and the additional reputation that has been gained.
Ah,
You can
mas você
choose
não
to
pode
bank your
tomar dano. É bem
reputation at
estilo
any
Devil May
point
Cry.
and the multiplier will be reset to 0.
Hamlets are settlements around the world that have become overrun with the dead. Defeating the boss will free the hamlet. The people will return to their normal lives and you'll gain access to the local coffee shop. Every coffee shop has a host. Hosts are mysterious creatures who care for the local inhabitants.
Cara, tem umas
A
coisas
host will give you
legais
an
nesse
extra
jogo,
health restoration
cara.
flask as a reward for getting rid of the dead. You'll also gain access to the shop, where you can cash in your reputation to buy clothing items and customize your look. Since the coffee shop is the central hub of every hamlet, hosts know everything going on in the local area, and will offer up rumours which form the basis of Flintlock's side quests.
If you choose to follow up on a rumor or engage in conversation with a local character you've met in the world, you'll be rewarded with quests.
And what's in it for me?
Os rumores são
These
as
are
quests,
excellent
né?
ways
Só
to fully
mudou de
explore
nome
an
essa
area,
quest.
unlock unique inventory items, and enhance your experience of the story.
Mano, tem que recarregar isso daí. Caraca, essa caveira loucona.
Even if you're not on a dedicated quest, it's always worth exploring off the main path, as there are often more challenging enemies and greater rewards to be had.
Pelo jeito a exploração vai ser recompensada com pancadaria nesse jogo.
From myself, Dale, and the rest of the A44 team, thank you for checking out our gameplay summary. We hope you're looking forward to diving in and exploring the world of Flintlock.
Gente, esse daqui foi o Flintlock Siege of Dawn. Deve estar para sair logo mais. E eu vou falar a verdade, as animações eu achei meio ruinzinhas, mas parece legal, eu tô querendo dar uma conferida. Eu não sei, essa né, é a minha opinião. E você aí, acha que vai valer a pena? Não sei quanto que ele tá valendo o jogo ainda, mas vamos dar uma testada logo mais no canal. Se ainda não se inscreveu, se inscreve e dá uma olhada nesse outro vídeo aqui. Porque, novamente, sou o Hadomancer. Muito obrigado pela companhia. A gente se vê no próximo. Hashtag beijo me liga.